the official teaser trailer has released for Zack Creggers' Resident Evil film, and this is going to be my live reaction to it. I haven't seen the trailer, I have it up on the screen ready to click play on, but it has just been a great time to be a Resident Evil fan. You know, earlier this year we had Requiem, and that was a phenomenal game, and then we have this film coming out in September, plus we have new DLC on the way for Requiem. We have a whole new story mode, plus a mini game. Mercenaries style mode releasing next month. So, there's a lot of great Resident Evil content to look forward to. And, I am a little bit cautious as to what this trailer is going to be, because Resident Evil adaptations haven't exactly been the most faithful, but this is by the guy who did Barbarian and Weapons. And Weapons I really, really liked. And, that guy's style, I think does lend itself really well to the Resident Evil world, and he's proven himself to be a very capable director, a very unique and independent filmmaker, and I've really liked his work, so I'm really keen to see what his take on the video game is. He does say that he is a gamer himself and that he is a fan of the games, and so I guess this trailer, we will see if that's true or not. Yeah, I know the script to this film leaked a couple months ago. I didn't read it. I know very little about the film. I know it's set, during winter. I know it's set in the snow, which is a very unique environment for a Resident Evil, location. Because I don't believe we've seen that. I think we've only briefly seen that in Village. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to to seeing this trailer. There were a few set photos released and little clips, but yeah, nothing really official yet. So yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and click play. This is a 1:53-second trailer, and we will talk more about it in coming videos. But yeah, let's click play now. Looking forward to it. Hello? Yeah, I can't show you guys the trailer because of copyright. Yep, the cell phone's never working. Classic horror trope.
Hey babe, look, I'm really sorry that we got disconnected earlier, but
Is this the clip that they showed at CinemaCon?
I'm in like a seriously fucked up situation right now. And it looks like there's a chance that we might not get to talk to each other again. I just wanted you to know.
Oh, oh,
I love you.
holy fucking shit, man. Okay. First impressions. There's some great shit in this trailer, like those final 15 seconds where the bodies are just falling on top of the cars and exploding. Great imagery there. Some really creepy imagery, like like the hands coming out of the door. That shit's really cool. There's a point in the trailer I really dug, which is integral and very much intact to the games, which is the horror survival element, where where the main character doesn't have any ammo and is kind of searching through all the drawers, trying to find inventory and items. I really like that. That's very much intact to what a Resident Evil game is. So, stuff like that I really liked. The music in the trailer was really good. Um, I wonder if the liquors are going to be in this movie because really outside of zombies, there doesn't really seem to be too many Resident Evil connections in this trailer. It seems to be a standalone story, which I know that's what Zack Crew's approach was. But yeah, I mean, as far as like the opening of the trailer with the whole cell phone, well, no, not cell phone, sorry, telephone. Um, with that whole approach, like I think that could be like a kicker sequence if he actually has to kind of search the house and like I don't know like I don't know find items to like fix the phone and then and then there's that scene that we just saw where he's trying to was it call his wife girlfriend one of the two and and it doesn't connect and so he has to kind of go on that journey. Like I think that would be just so good if we can just have like those moments where he actually has to find stuff where he's in a room, he doesn't have the item so he has to go searching around the house, he has to search the area, search his environment. I just think that would be so good. And and in each room there could be a zombie waiting for him. The unpredictability of the games. Like this movie does have so much potential in that regard, and it does look like there are sequences of that in this trailer. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to see more of this movie. But upon first impressions, this doesn't shout Resident Evil. It does feel like really any other zombie movie that has come out in the last 30 years. Some creepy imagery, very much imagery that is inspired from the games. The environment of the snow. I think could create a really good it's not claustrophobia, where it's where it's really cold and and your body's kind of shutting down. Don't know what the terminology there is. And to see, I think yeah, there could be some really good stuff that they could do here. And upon first impressions out of Comic Con, a lot of people seem to like it. So yeah, no, I'm on board for Zach Kruger's Resident Evil. Looking forward to that full trailer. I do want to watch that trailer a few more times, um, and see if I can kind of notice anything. I am curious to know who that guy was in the sewer. Yeah, I but yeah, man, this looks just like a fun, bloody good time. And yeah, there's gonna be a lot of zombie deaths in this, a lot of zombie gore, a lot of zombie carnage, which the games are quite brutal. And I feel like for a Resident Evil movie, you have to bring in the blood. And I feel like this is one thing that trailer is absolutely confirming. So yeah, no, I am 100% down for this shit. Let me know your thoughts on this trailer in the comment section down below.